And we're back. Hey,
Good
hey.
night and all. Yeah, maybe let's get my specs on. My eyes are burning. But yeah, that was that was a fun couch co-op session that we went on, and I
I
can't
think
wait
it's
to do it
it's a good
myself.
example of the strength of game chat of the C button because we've been
Yeah,
wondering about it for a while, speculating on
yeah,
what it could do. But I think this is a noble addition. This is the right thing for Nintendo. It feels very in their lane. It's doing
mm,
it well. I'm very excited. But another thing that I'm excited for is further expansion to online because Nintendo
mm,
has this massive library. I mean, a library of games that staggering.
yeah,
And they've gradually been drip feeding games through their online services. When you join online, you get to play older games, and it's getting good. You know, the SNES library is quite substantial at this point. There's a lot of great games there, and they play very, very well. But in the direct, we got a new one. Oh, guys, finally time. It's finally time for the GameCube. So I'm just going to
nice.
share. All right, we're just gonna jump straight into the treehouse is talking about the GameCube. I missed this, so I just want to watch. Oh no, wrong screen. Sorry. Yep. Share. There we go. Right one. Bingo, bango. Okay. Right. So we're just gonna quickly touch on what the GameCube features are, how it plays out, and get a sense for what's happening. Um, I am frustrated that you have to buy the expanded version online. You've got to buy not just the Nintendo Online, but the gold tier. But let's see how it plays out. Let's see what they're offering.
Well, again with that user page of Demetrius is that it's gone now, but there was like a user page that was on the side of the screen, the second panel. Was
Oh
that
yeah,
from
no,
the
that
Direct?
that is part of the stream. That was the
Ah,
gamer. That was the gamer tag of Demetrius. That's one of the guys here.
I got you. I got you. All right, good.
There, because the user page. That's Demetrius. That's this dude here. His
Mm,
friend code. This is his switch into information. You know how on the Switch you have friend code. You can send it to someone. Boom,
I
you
got you.
connect your friends, and then that gives you access to each other. That's his
Super
game.
cool.
His
which
game.
I did.
What?
So you should be getting a notification there that we are now
Boom, yeah,
friends.
and a lot of I'm quite excited with the Nintendo Switch app connecting with your Switch 2, and there's a lot
Mm,
of really interesting information. Like it's going to communicate with each other, and then the app will track you, and you look up all your stats, how long you've played, what things you've done. There are achievements to get.
right.
It's exciting. It's exciting.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I
simple.
guess is it
Just one
Apple
way
maybe?
to become friends because with things like game chat being meant for friends, it's more fun when you've got more friends.
Wish it was
Um,
that easy to make friends in real life.
you want to be friends, BK?
I don't have a QR code on my body. Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah, bananas.
Haha.
One other note, we won't show an example of this one, but it's a feature I really like about the Nintendo Switch app as well, is
Mm,
you will be able
skip
to
ahead. I don't
also
want to talk about the
sync and
app. I want to
secure
talk about
for those younger
GameCube.
players.
Yeah.
So as an example, for those players that are under 16, parents would be able to
Yeah, parental control. We know about it.
officially.
Okay.
So a lot of text on the screen right now, but to
Okay, this is what I wanted to see. This is what I want. Okay, I have the Switch Online. I have the SNES, Game Boy, NES. Online Play, Save Data Cloud, Nintendo Music, and F-Zero 99, which is a lot of fun. I like that game. Exclusively on Switch 2, Game Chat. Boom. Game Chat, you need online, but once you got online, you're golden. But the expansion pack, look at this. You get the Game Boy Advance, N64, GameCube, Sega Genesis games, certain DLCs. On Switch 2, you've got the Nintendo GameCube, Nintendo Switch 2 Edition upgrade packs, which the reason I didn't get the expansion pack is because I personally bought all the DLCs I wanted. So buying the
Yeah, yeah,
expansion pack
yeah, yeah.
wouldn't have
Makes sense.
given me those DLCs. I already own them. I paid for them personally out of pocket. But with the Switch 2 edition upgrade packs, yeah, I might jump to the expansion. I want the GameCube. I'm willing to pay for that. And
Mhm.
I don't have to buy the expansions for certain games. So it's
Is it? Yeah, yeah.
more
Okay.
it's more cost effective for me to do it this way.
Okay.
But we are seeing like there's a lot to offer. They're really, really showing off. I mean, this is you need to do this if you want to do stuff online. But
Right, right.
save data was kind of the big thing. Online play, save data, that was a big thing. Be able to upload your save file and protect it. If you lost or you damaged your Switch, buy a new one, put your details in, boop, just re-download your save games. You haven't lost them unless you
Mm,
were playing Pokemon, because that's
right,
oh,
right.
it's our own cartridge. In which case, good luck. Your mates are gone. But seeing everything they were offering, pretty good. I mean, Game Boy Advance, N64, pretty nice.
I think my eyes are okay
And
now.
Sega
I'm gonna look
Genesis.
closely. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I got it. I'm just okay. Okay, okay.
Some
I
games
got
that are
it.
available at launch.
Thank you, Corey. So yeah, so we have, as we said, Nintendo GameCube, Nintendo Classics. As you're going to be seeing here on the screen, we're going to be playing a couple of these games today, and we just wanted to go over that. So I'm going to go ahead and start with The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker.
Okay.
Go ahead and before I do that, I just want to remind folks. Some people may not remember this. If you go down into the settings option, you can actually turn off show controls in game. It gives you a little bit more real estate on the screen. So we're going to go ahead and do that.
And specifically, that is that bottom bar.
Bottom bar.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
that shows all that additional stuff. We're going to take that off and then play and jump right into this. So now I have a save that I'm going to go ahead and boot up just to kind of get a little bit further in the interest of time.
I love that they do have these save points. It's a
Yeah.
fantastic feature in emulation. Highlights the
Yeah.
point that we're basically emulating these games, but it is such an intuitive part of the development. It's such a it's such a good thing that they implemented it.
I
I
mean,
mean,
to think that,
I'm not
yeah.
afraid to say I use it all the time when I play retro games.
Yeah, I
Don't go through a
mean,
tough section, just save and carry on.
we had to just like stay glued to the games growing up, you know what I'm saying? Because there are none of these. So every time these, I just look at these, it's really grateful. But I'm also, like you say, it's a slap in the face to Nintendo's stamping down on emulators. But yeah. It's the button in the sky.
My suspend point.
Yeah.
All right, and here we are.
This game is so nostalgic.
It really is. Okay, I gotta know what I get my way.
Like instant serotonin.
It's always nice to see this version of Link wandering around this specific island. Outside
Yeah.
Island is such a memory for me as well.
Yes.
Yeah, now I'm on my way. You can see everything is a classic. I'm gonna make
No,
my
get
way.
away.
Oh
yeah.
No, oh, no.
Our old snot.
Yeah, get away from Snot Child.
Don't let him get you.
That's also another memory.
Yep.
It's not what I wanted.
Oh.
Very good.
A little loopy.
Okay, in the top right corner, I'm looking at the button configurations. Clearly, we've got
Ah,
A, B, X, Y, Z, and R. Now, they've
Hmm.
organized them in the way the GameCube layout was, which is what they did
Right.
before. But I like that they've done that and not done like a Switch 2 layout. They just stick to the original layout because it helps you conceptualize it. People who play this game are almost undoubtedly people who have played it before. They have some foreknowledge of it. So they're not changing much, but they're just transposing the buttons on it. But I like that they just added the little icon. You know, helps you identify. Attack is A. The big button is A. B is your dedicated attack. Item.
It's just, yeah, it's intuitive, ironically intuitive, because it's not something new to learn.
Yeah, they're not rocking the boat, but they're just making it seamless, which is nice.
Gonna make my way up here, just to make my way through it and find someone who was kidnapped. All right. Oh, well, I'm locked out. Nope. No, I'm not.
He's always landscaping everywhere he goes.
Yep. Gotta cut down a little bit of the grass here, as always. Looks always good. Make my way up a little bit further.
His rates are low because he just finds the rupees in the grass.
It looks beautiful. The crisp lines. I mean, I could even imagine this was the HD remake. It looks so good.
Exactly. That's, I mean, yeah, my mind, I'm just trying to make questions in my mind. So far, so good. And yeah, sorry, I don't have much more to say at the moment. Let me keep watching. 1 second.
My way up here just to show off a little bit more of that cool look. Make my way up to the top, as always.
This game looks so good.
Yeah, everything's good. Always cool.
going to be a difficult decision what to
Are you
play
spying
first.
on your
I
neighbors?
know.
I totally am.
Fine.
Don't peep on the neighbors'
This-
secrets. Leave them alone.
Let's go through here and
I mean,
see.
give me that. What Zelda games on the Switch from that are older games have you finished?
I played both Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, and I completed them, including the Koroks.
But I mean,
For the
like
older
older, because
games, I played Link's
yeah.
Awakening
Uh-huh.
and the Echoes of Wisdom, which was designed the same way as an older game. I play every Zelda game that's been officially released on the Switch. I've completed.
Oh damn.
Um,
So
but I
so
played
what's it?
almost every Zelda game. Not all of them. I haven't played the Seasons in Time.
Ah,
I haven't played the Game Boy Color ones. I haven't played them. And there's a few more obscure games I own, but I haven't played because they're older and a little harder to get into.
right. So here's my thing.
But
I'm thinking. Sorry, go on. Please go.
no, but yeah, I played most of them. Why? Why do you ask?
Oh yeah. The reason I ask is because I'm thinking you've gone through the experience of playing it in the original console and the Switch. Do you think the Switch 2 is going to make a compelling argument to get it other than graphical differences, or will it be like an experience that will be in any way different? Because this is what I'm trying to pick, not poke holes in, but I'm just trying to play devil advocate towards the people who want to be
No, it's fair. It's a
nitpicking.
fair point. Emulation is a very labor-intensive application. When you
Mm,
emulate, it's difficult on the computer because the computer is basically running a program that is simulating a console running a program. So it's like
right.
Inception, it's nesting processes. So any emulation has to have dedicated processing allocation. That's why
Right.
it's difficult to emulate higher games. When you get to PlayStation 3, I mean I've got a Steam Deck, and even that struggles with emulating PS3. Um, so having more horsepower, just having more raw power behind under the hood will ensure that the emulation is smoother and cleaner. But because there's a very large growing um, emulation scene, a lot of modders, a lot of emulators add features, add ray tracing, they add graphical fidelity, upscaling. They're able to edit and polish up games. They're fixing patches and bugs and making it a little bit smoother. So, as a point, having a more powerful console or PC console device by which you are playing the game will give you a smoother game. It'll run smoother. You'll be able to see further. You'll be able to do more and a better quality of life. Switch
Right.
to
I see.
emulating these games. Clearly, they have a lot of horsepower available to them. They have a very very powerful chipset. It's an NVIDIA G something something something, um, and it can really show off what this thing's capable of, which is good.
Okay.
It means it can. I trust that it will able to do the GameCube games flawlessly. They will play like a dream. This is a
Yeah.
smaller. This is a slower, more contemplative game. It's not very fast. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to skip ahead in the video because he
Oh,
plays F-Zero
okay,
GX.
okay.
This is a game that's kind of infamous in the emulation community because it is so labor intensive to play correctly. It's like a
Okay.
benchmark, a litmus test. You play this to test if the machine can properly emulate. If it
This is
can't
it.
play this,
Mm,
the machine it's going to struggle with the higher end games because the difficulty
moment of
is,
truth.
playing a Tetris is never going to
Right.
be that hard. But playing Breath of the Wild, machine might chug a little bit. Well,
Mm,
this is a game that's popular in the emulation community. When you buy a retro console, you play F-Zero GX. If it plays well, smooth, you're like, yeah, this thing can handle it. If it can handle this, it can handle anything.
this is it, mate. This is it.
So,
Moment of truth. Come on.
moment of truth. Let's have a look.
Version of F-Zero as well.
So what we're looking
Like I
for
said,
is
I'm going to
graphical
demand something,
stutters.
Demetrius.
We're
Before
looking
you
for
get into the
jumps
race, I want you
or
to go to Pilot
mistakes.
Profiles. I have to hear Captain Falcon's voice.
Just a
There are
seamless
so many racers to unlock
action.
in this game, and all
Yeah.
of them have a theme song.
Nintendo, you got to hand it to them for jealously guarding their IPs.
Okay, it's nice that Captain Falcon's more famous for Smash Brothers at this point.
Yeah,
Falcon
Falco
Punch. But
Punch.
this is his bread and butter, man. He was the F-Zero guy, you
F-Zero.
know.
Yeah. Bloody hell.
This is the only
I don't know how many kids, probably you two in your classes, who just turned around and said Falco Punch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If I mention Captain Falcon, it's Falco Punch.
Immediately.
You know? And no one's heard of F-Zero, which is a damn
This is around
shame.
that era when you
Isn't that funny? Yeah. Oh my God. We can talk
Ooh,
about it for a
widescreen.
while,
That's a
people.
nice touch.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. No, this. Here we go. And then this game like this, I mean, like game like Sonic, exactly. That demonstrate how built around how good the console is can justify an investment in this. So let's see. Yeah. Whereas when it comes to Zelda, like or Mario games that are about exploring, not so much speed and so on. Even though, hey, the giantness of the world, if that's illustrated any better, that can help in Mario's case. But speed for F-Zero, this will be the moment of truth, you know.
It's the name of the game.
I feel like I have in my gaming memory.
This is
you
Nintendo. Yeah, this is Nintendo's answer to Sonic, if I remember.
Yeah, F-Zero was definitely their speedy game. It's like there's different tiers. I think there's 3 tiers of racing game when you think of video games. You've got your main tier, it's cars. It's your Burnouts, your Gran Turismos. It's a more realistic, if varying on the side of stupidity or realism. But it's basically driving an actual car, driving the car where the car should drive.
Yeah.
Then you've got the kart racing. That's the kiddie side. It's party games, it's items. It's not about driving well, it's about driving aggressively and fighting other people. It's a party game, it's not a driving game.
Street racer.
Kart racers are not intended to be driving games, they don't function the same way. Then of course you've got the other end, which is ultra speed. It's your wipeouts, your super speed racers, your futuristic ones, and F-Zero is the benchmark, is like the gold standard. Wipeout was good. I liked Wipeout, but F-Zero just phenomenal.
There's nothing like it. Yeah.
Props to me back.
And it's older, for God's sake. That's saying something.
And the fingers are going to be fast.
Excuse me.
Thanks to.
All right, here we go. Show what you got, F-Zero. You better impress
Let's have a look. So, backgrounds are clean. The textures are smooth. It looks good.
Yeah, and of course I'm using the new Nintendo GameCube controller, which is really, really great for this type of play.
It's the most distinctive clack in video games.
Yes. All right, no pressure here.
See, my only experience with F-Zero is F-Zero 99. And I'm not good at that at all, so
It's a great game.
I'm interested to see how this compares.
Nintendo Switch Online is becoming a great home for F-Zero in that way.
That is
really
true,
is.
actually. Oh man, sorry if I'm talking very little sad.
You can't talk and race it over 1,000 kilometers an hour.
Oh my goodness. Alright, so we get to the second lap and I can
Hey,
start.
because on my now here's the thing, David. On my end, I can't see
So
it.
at the top corner, he's got a little bar of energy. That's a manual booster. The red bits are where he charges it up. That's also his health. So if you're boosting heavily throughout the maze, but you take a hit, boom, you're dead.
Oh no!
So you have to manage your health and your speed. Say like he's about to die, he's taking a few
We need to
hits.
take.
I'm going really.
He's into the red, he needs to get around this corner.
Oh man.
Come on, mate.
There we go, charge up. Okay, you got your health back.
Out of 29 though. So
You're not
I'll
last.
take that positivity. Okay.
keep it going, keep it going.
Okay, this is good.
Final stretch here.
Oh my goodness. Alright, so I gotta boost as much as possible.
You know what? Respect.
Nice job.
Yeah.
That plays
I
nicely.
thought it was
Smooth,
better than I would
responsive.
think
It's a
so.
small track, but that looks good. I gotta say, that looks really good.
All right, I think that's a ringing endorsement from Game of Van people.
I think
And,
I'm confident that they'll be able to do this, and as further games are released, as the other GameCube games come out, I wonder if they're going to release the Metroid Prime 1 and 2. Because Metroid Prime 1 has got a remake on the Switch. But I can imagine them putting the GameCube.
Yeah,
I would love to play Metroid Prime 2 again. That'd be nice.
this is it.
Wii's
This is all
got-
about.
It is a Wii game. It's a very, very Wii game.
Yes. So, I mean, like, yeah, exactly.
Ooh,
Nintendo's all
that's
about
one.
saving money. Oh, here we go. Soul
Yeah.
Calibur. This is a yeah Namco thing. I was thinking. I
Ah,
think Sega. Every time I see that, I think Sega. I think Dreamcast for some reason, and
yeah.
I see Soul Calibur.
This far feels like it is. I love Soul Calibur 2 because it was a very, very personal experience. They released it as a multi-plat. It came on the
Yeah,
GameCube, PlayStation, and the Xbox, but each version had a different extra character. So on the GameCube, you got Link, which, oh
yeah,
my God, that's amazing. On Xbox, you got Spawn, who was image superhero, quite popular at the time. He had his own TV series. He was going through kind of a heyday.
yeah.
And on the PlayStation, I believe you had Heihachi from
Yes,
Tekken,
Tekken. Yes,
which,
with
you
the
know, in Soul Calibur, which is Soul Calibur's like famously, it's the weapon fighting game. It's 3D, moving around, trying to outmaneuver your opponent. But I
mm,
put in hundreds of hours on this game with my mate. He
mm,
was a fan of the bow staff user, and I was always uh, the samurai. So
mm.
I spent so long. Oh, you can see even see down there
Yeah,
characters
the names.
Namco 2003 by Todd McFarlane. That's yeah, that's the Xbox version.
That's
But yeah, I
right.
had to work around
Incredible.
his defenses when he was using his staff. He had to reach, and I was like, block, block, get in close.
Absolutely.
Who was the guy with the
I have a
nunchucks?
memory
Nunchaku with the
well,
blades
Oh
at the end.
yeah, he was
so
fun.
good that all of
Yeah, I was like,
my
yo.
friends
My brother used to say he gives
played
nunchucks a bad name. But
together. Oh, I was not. I was playing Wind Waker.
That is some commitment, though.
So let's see how much I remember
I am
about
once
this game.
again gonna, not that.
Going into widescreen.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
Yeah.
ahead and just do that too. Just
Hey,
because I
widescreen,
love.
that's
So
nice.
games originally had that option. You'll be able to turn on the widescreen option.
Okay.
Oh, nostalgia. Oh my God, there you are, my man. Oh,
yeah,
this
but
is a
oh,
beast.
this is it, mate.
And there's
I want to see
Link,
it in
and
action.
there's Link.
Where is he? Where is he? Yo! Ah! Oh my, this is
And so,
fantastic. Yeah, we got
and
no, we
there's
got to see a
there's
fight.
the undead pirate. There's the big axe wielder Azeroth. There's Nightmare, the knight. There's
He's a nunchuck guy.
Volvo. Where's Nunchuk
Is
guy?
he?
Nunchuk guy. Okay, that's oh no, is that Nunchuk guy? No, it's this guy
This
with
guy,
his
yeah,
little
yeah,
pompadour. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Nice,
Uh,
nice. Oh
you gotta
man,
see it. We gotta see a fight.
I like
Just gotta
Talon.
see it.
Talon with a little tom fizz. That was clever.
Let's
I
go
like
to
that.
first.
Mm.
There we go.
You weren't wanting
I was
to.
so excited to play it.
I think
Alim, Kilik, Ivy, Asteros,
Okay, I think
Sandra
so. One thing
Voldo.
to note is this is the
Going
Soul Calibur
you.
2, Soul Calibur 2 version with Link. So BK will
Hmm.
choose Link, and I will choose Nightmare.
There we go. That's
There
the
we
link.
go.
Nightmare's
All right, here we go.
difficult-ish character to use because he was
was
quite
that your
slow and
favorite in Four
heavy.
Swords earlier?
Mm.
No, I was blue earlier.
He's
Actually.
like one of the mini bosses in
Hey, you
Zelda.
know what? But I
Or
think this is
True.
my problem.
mm.
It was yeah, it was a character you had to unlock by defeating him.
ah, oh my gosh, I just think it's Nintendo's
It is.
64's
Yeah,
Ocarina of Time.
so much of that.
One of those
Yeah.
skeleton things that
My
you just
absolute favorite
animate. So,
of
you,
all time.
oh my god, I can't remember. I'm gonna dig that up. But bloody hell, let's see the fight.
My beautiful
Intimidating.
face.
Ooh,
Oh my god.
Oh, nice.
you
Oh,
can't
I
let you
Uh-oh.
lose.
Oh,
Come on, BK.
brutal.
Ooh.
You can't do that to me. I'm a Nintendo star.
I would not like to fight Link, man. Even with
Oh,
if it was rubber swords.
it's funny. Some characters theorize that the soul of the hero, which is passed down by generations,
Mm.
retains knowledge. Like he's able to accumulate experience. So the latest Link, when he becomes the hero of time by gaining the Master Sword, he gives access to like generations and generations and generations of experience. I like that idea. I like that idea. I
Fantastic.
think that's it. It certainly would end a certain heir to Link, but I like the fact that each generation, each Link is kind of working his way up. He's still learning it out, feeling it out, which represented by the game. You know, you start off kind of weak, struggling with smaller enemies, and then by the end, you're like taking down bosses, like, no problem.
Exactly. This lends itself to you remember in Tekken every time you have a forest law, you got a martial law, they just improve. I mean, I just love to see like that reflected in the sequels and so on. Like this Link is all of a sudden wise beyond his years.
Yeah, but they're different characters, aren't they? They're trained by the previous, so it's like
Hang on.
That
does
was
the last
so
Link train the
bad.
last one? Only Twilight
Yeah.
Princesses does that.
Oh, right, yeah, fair enough. Oh my God.
See, Link is nimble, he's quick. You got to use your speed around it. Oh, there you go. Put him down. Knock down. Oh no!
Oh no! Oh, look at you going.
Go.
There we
Link,
go. There's your little
Oh,
pinstripe,
Yay.
pinprick.
And that
Oh, he's got a boomerang.
Tell me with the bow at the end.
Oh my God. It's cheating.
I forgot
Is
he
it
had
still
items.
going?
Oh yeah, you can throw bombs out and throw boomerangs. He's got other
Oh,
items.
well, you can't lose then.
Momentum's on your side, Link.
Well, evidently.
So I'm getting bow and arrow out there. Oh,
Don't jinx it.
Do you have to stand still?
This sounds like an unfair fight.
There we go.
No.
That's not my uncle move.
oh, grab.
Oh, I didn't get to throw my bomb.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
Back of the head.
Yeah, I think Nightmare won that fairly. He was played well.
Yeah.
Playing
Yeah,
The other guy's
Nightmare,
not
he's-
used to playing as Link.
so much.
Link's an
I apologize
eclectic
to Cyberpunk
character.
community.
Definitely.
At least he didn't.
Yeah, it's like, Bruce Lee said, I mean, I was just gonna leave the quote everybody that Bruce Lee said, I'm not afraid of the man who's practiced 1,000 kicks once. I'm afraid of the guy who's practiced one kick 1,000 times. And Link has got a bit of everything with his little weapons from all over the place. But when it comes to just Ryu's or Ryu, if you will, his tried-and-tested Shoryuken, he's got that perfected so much that you don't need to have the bells and whistles from all the other attacks. It just pierces through.
I'm reassured. I'm confident. I think the GameCube's going to look great on the
Yeah,
Switch
I
too.
think so.
I think the fact that the Switch has got the increased raw power. It can emulate well now. It can emulate these, and I'm confident that it'll be fine, especially online. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. Now,
Yeah.
I said at the beginning that we were going to be fair and even-handed. We looked at some of the good things, but we do need to address some of the
Go
elements.
back. Yeah.
Yeah. Nintendo, when moving to the Switch, their last console was an unmitigated disaster. Nobody
Financially, at least.
it was a financial disaster. It was critically panned. It was trying something new with the controller, which was, I think was good. It was good that they did it. And they got the data for the tech, but it was the Wii was so
Only
successful
marketed.
the Wii was so successful that they paired the Wii, the next console, to it, but they did not elaborate on what it was. They didn't highlight the strengths of the Wii U. They just thought, oh, everyone who played the Wii will go on to the Wii U. Nah, that's not what happened. The trend followers, they went with something else, and all that was left were the core gamers, and the game wasn't designed for gaming in mind. The fact that the controller itself had such a minuscule life. You couldn't play for long periods, which is like, why would I game?
Yeah.
But so a lot of great games were released on the Wii U, especially by first party, and they never got to see the light of day. So when the Switch came out, they moved games from the Wii U straight over, and they charged maybe a little bit more than I would have liked for them. But they got away with it because most people, I myself included, I didn't play Tropical Freeze. I didn't play Mario Kart 8. So when Mario Kart 8 Deluxe came out, yeah, I'm down, baby. A souped up version for the next console. Yes, and that basically said that they're willing to do this. People are willing to pay for brand new game prices for an old last generation game. But the circumstances were that nobody had a Wii U. We didn't have access to these games beforehand. You were saving these games from from the ether, from the void. It was either don't play them or play them. But now we've got the Switch 2, and I think Nintendo has taken some of the wrong lessons. Like, they are charging way too much to upgrade games for the Switch 2. Adding a lot of DLC in some of them, but I think they're setting a terrible precedent. The cost of a first-party game is just way too high. It is cripplingly high, and that's going to set us. If Nintendo would do it, the family-friendly, the NES company, the Nintendo Entertainment System company is doing that, other companies will absolutely join forces. It'll only be a matter of time. they'll all go, oh, if Nintendo does it, yeah, we'll do it too. And $90 for a game, especially physical, and having many of the physical games just be PlayStation 1 cartridge and a download code. Okay, great, but that means if the servers go down, I've only got the original. You have to give me, if I'm paying the extra cost physical games, I want everything on the cartridge. I want to be able to plug it in and just play it.
Yeah,
And
I mean, yeah.
I think it's setting a terrible precedent, and it's only going to get worse because if Nintendo, with their first party and do this, third party companies will absolutely do this, and they're going to charge to
Yeah.
put their Switch One games on Switch Two. There'll be no bells and whistles, no upgrades, but you'll have to pay $30 to get them on there.
That's it, man. I think
They're
the only
making
problem,
some
yeah.
very, very short-term decisions, and that's not good long-term. But just look at
Yes.
EA, just look at Ubisoft. I mean, those companies are really struggling because they're making short-term decisions. They're killing companies. They're killing production houses, developers.
Mm,
They're firing them en masse because they need a short-term boost to their revenue. But then they lose all these amazing creators. They don't have access to the games, which are the bread and butter. And
yeah.
Nintendo have slowly been making more and more moves that are far more modern rather than old school. I
Yeah.
don't see the decisions by a company that would, when the Wii U was struggling, the management took pay cuts across the board to ensure that the workers didn't have to stress about their jobs, that their jobs were secure. They knew that secure workers would produce better products.
Mm,
I don't believe the new guard will do that. I don't see it.
truly.
But maybe I'm wrong. You said something really earlier that I really liked. Maybe it's a bait and switch. Maybe the high price for the Switch isn't poor customer service. It is actually an anti-scalping method.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, I thought to myself, me, my tinfoil hat, I'm thinking, who knows, maybe it's another Sonic the Hedgehog movie deal
No, no,
where,
no.
where they're going to say, we listen to the fans. Yeah, this
Yeah,
is,
well,
yeah.
it's not the first time they've done it. They released the 3DS at a high price. People who bought it, then they dropped the
Mm,
price because nobody was buying it. Why would you buy a 3DS with no games when they had the Nintendo DS, the most successful portable console in all of human history, with a ton of games? So they dropped the
yeah,
price. And they started releasing
exactly.
more and more games for it to make it a more attractive prospect. Switch 2's come straight out of the bat with a whole bevy. I mean, a smorgasbord. My cup runneth over of great games. But the price, it's prohibitive. But
Yes.
I could absolutely see them dropping it around October, around Halloween. Boom,
Yeah.
cut $100 off the price. So leading into 2 months before Christmas, bam, price drop. That point, the scalpers have already bought all their supplies at the higher rate, and then Nintendo's charging much less. I mean, even companies, game retail stores are not
Mm,
charging that price. They are charging a lower price because people won't buy it. They're charging
exactly.
a normal price point because otherwise, who's going to pay that much for it? But that means that the
Which,
companies are going to
yeah.
hit.
It's,
I mean,
yeah,
this is only a
it's,
recommended price, but
yeah, I mean, it
still.
stands to reason because you know what I mean? If you're selling it to the retailers for a very much lower price than the price you recommend they sell it, well, I mean, I guess Nintendo, they're okay either way, but if they sell it to the retailers for let's say they sold it for 60, the retailers have to sell it for 80 to make a ton of profit, yeah, then they're screwed. But if they're really selling it to retailers much lower, and give the retailers a chance to sell it high if they want, well, that would hopefully weed out the greedy. But it's just going to wipe people out. Even they need a lot of goodwill for this thing to happen, though, which I think Nintendo has because the games are that precious to the gamers. But
I,
you know,
I
you're gonna
think
have to.
the Nintendo Direct was very clear that there's a lot going on. We're offering a
Mm,
lot. The console itself is very good. It's not unworthy of its cost. I think
mm,
it's almost like a premium piece of quality, the premium electronic device. But it's just right now, it just feels like out of step with what's going on in the world. We're facing
mm,
recession. We've global turbulence, supply chains are disrupted. We haven't really been the same since COVID, and it's it just feels like, yeah, if it's if it's a ploy, I can forgive you. All right, fine. But if it is them just trying to get more money, I
Well, I
would not
guess
be surprised. I would be
I
saddened,
think
but I
yeah.
wouldn't be surprised.
I think generally gaming and in pop culture in general, people want transparency these days. So even if that's your plan, if you say, hey, listen, this is our plan, we're going to bring it in on. I mean, of course, yeah, I can't imagine them saying that. So we'll just see.
I,
We'll have to judge it by their actions. Yeah.
yes,
If
you're completely right. We should judge them by their actions, but they can't tell people this is a bait and switch. You don't
exactly,
tell
yeah.
someone, hey, this is a trap.
So
And
this
it's
is
a
what
trap for
scalpers
it's
say,
a trap
huh?
for scalpers because they have been making a lot of noise, like anti-scalping devices. I mean, they've been saying, "Oh, we're going to get around scalpers by flooding the market." Okay, that's a way, but that does imply that you have confidence that the units will sell. If they were selling them at a regular price point, like 300, 350, maybe 400 tops, then sure, 500, $500. It's 450 for a Switch 2, and it's 500 for a digital Super Mario World. Ooh, that's ooh.
I
So,
think we'll see. I think
I mean, I'm not getting a digital one.
I'm
I'm getting a physical one. So I'm
yeah.
paying 500 plus, and
So yeah.
another sweat $30 for my camera.
Here's what I think's gonna happen. I think this is a hint that people overlooked. The idea that they said in the direct, you can get one game and other people can play it without owning a copy. That may be a hint that we're not trying to screw people over entirely. You're gonna say you can still play a Mario Kart game. Everybody grab a Switch too. You put one person get the Switch game, a Mario Kart game, and you play it with your friends. It's like a discount. I mean, I don't know. That's a
Possible,
way around it.
possible. It remains to be seen. Right, we're going to
Hmm.
put a pin in it there. Thank you
Yeah.
for watching us. If you have any thoughts on the pricing, I know besides just drop it, have you have any thoughts about whether this is a strategy or ploy? Put it in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I will be bringing out more videos and more stuff regarding the tree house. And as time goes on, as more information comes out, we'll be here.
Yeah. This is our stuff.
With that, peace.
Peace, man. Thank you so much, Gamer. Then see you next time, mate.
Till next time.